Trump attended a rally at NHU Arena in Manchester on Saturday night, attended by South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster, state's lieutenant governor and several senior officials, including state's attorney general, treasurer and speaker of House of Representatives, Representatives Joe Wilson, William Timmons and Russell Fry, as well as statewide officials, appeared on stage with Trump. South Carolinians have urged voters push Trump to victory in New Hampshire before the contest moves their home state and ahead of a decisive early contest next month. If you do this and win by a large margin here, we will finish the job in South Carolina, said Morrill Smith, Speaker of the South Carolina House of Representatives. The appearances were another blow. Haley, who had hoped that South Carolina's appeal among independent and unaffiliated voters would carry her to a strong enough finish in New Hampshire, turned the race into a two-man contest against Trump. On Friday, the former president and GOP frontrunner received the support of South Carolina Sen. Tim Scott, who joined him at a rally in Concord. Scott withdrew his own bid for the Republican nomination in November. A dozen years ago, Haley, then serving as state's governor, appointed Scott a senator, removing him from the House and making him one of nation's most prominent black Republicans. McMaster and other senior officials had already supported Trump. Despite being twice elected governor, Haley has a rather testy relationship with many of her state's Republican power brokers. It was the first time he had defeated McMaster in the GOP primary. His response on Saturday made it clear that he hasn't forgotten about this rivalry. Just control. Haley campaign manager Betsy Ankney also declined to appear at an event hosted by Bloomberg News, insisting that endorsements were never Nikki's game. Trump on Saturday night repeatedly spoke out against Haley and New Hampshire's voting laws that allow unaffiliated voters to participate in Republican or Democratic primaries. The state's more moderate voters are expected to make the contest much closer than Iowa's primary, which is considered more conservative. Go out and vote. We need a big win against these terrible people, Trump said. Meanwhile, Haley on Saturday highlighted a gaffe Trump made at his rally the night before. Trump has repeatedly suggested that Haley was responsible for keeping Capitol safe on Jan. 6, 2021, when a mob of Trump supporters stormed the building to prevent certification of his election loss. Haley was not at the Capitol that day, and Trump has consistently downplayed his administration's failure to keep the Capitol safe or its delay in trying to stop the rioters. When we're dealing with the pressures of a presidency, we can't have someone else who we question whether they're mentally fit to do this. Trump, 77, has repeatedly tried to suggest that 81-year-old President Joe Biden is not smart enough to be president, and sought to defend his